First turn of immunity, honestly, we're just trying to make your opponents do one more thing before they can defense break and kill them. That's it. That's all it's there for. Sick, that's the video. Oh, which one is which? Honestly, I have no idea. You know, the totemists and the cannon girls are really onto something. 4 skills is cool. Same with the samurai. But somewhere down the line, we realized we're not satisfied with just adding 1 skill. Not when we have the technology to multiply by 2. What do these things do? Which one is Ramael and which one is Judaya? You'll have the answer to these questions by the end of the video. Quick side note, this has very little to do with what we're actually talking about today. I've been trying to call them Raj, but it's just not sticking. You know, I'm taking the R and the J from Ramael and Judaya, I'm taking the A from and boom, it's a name. And it works with all of them. You got Raj, you got Cal, Saz, Mag, and Ja. Okay, let's talk skills, and keep in mind you can mix and match. First 2 skills, you can increase an ally's attack bar by 15%, or you can take a coin flip on decreasing an opponent's attack bar by 30%. Their 2 second skills can decrease an ally's skill cooldown time by 1 turn, or they have a 60% chance to stun AoE. And that's after skill ups. Their 2 third skills can heal everyone on your team and give a small shield, or you can attack an enemy target 3 times for a chance to remove a buff with each hit and apply a 2-turn defense break. Then, as if all that wasn't enough, they also have a 24% speed lead. So people are pairing them with the holy trinity of the last couple seasons. Chandra, Cigar, and Veligul. I don't want to talk about Veligul, but he's a really good pairing if you have those 3 monsters. They're also the perfect pairing with Masha because with the 24 speed lead, you're complementing that speed scaling damage. They can also start by boosting her and removing buffs off of the enemy target and setting up a defense break so that she can snipe. But can they solo Masha? Honestly, the data is inconclusive. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. Like I said, data is inconclusive. We don't know.
He needs to land the defense break to get the kill right here. He doesn't get it. The shield is up. Is it going to be enough? Bezos needs to get through. He gets the additional turn. Stays alive.
I know what you're thinking. Yes, that is my reaction. No, that is not the game, but the data is inconclusive. And they're also just a great annoyance. You know, that skill 2 that provides the AoE stun can provide some really meaningful disruption, and they can even buy you a couple more turns when you might have a foot in the grave with that heal and shield. But their skill that reduces cooldown times, even by 1 turn, is huge. Historically, ventilate-like effects, even the ones that only give 1 turn of cooldown back, have been pretty problematic in RTA. I mean, just look at things like Shizuka and Zavala. So usually that plus 1 thing is really good. And they offer that plus 1 thing of your choice out of 5 other skills. So you can reduce someone's cooldown time and then boost their attack bar. Or you could reduce cooldown times and then set up a defense break with a strip. These guys rock. They offer so much utility, actually, that some folks would rather just not deal with them. Already in SWC, we saw the double pre on the Twin Angels, leading us to the legendary Quad Angel ban. They are stellar on Violent Will, speed HP with accuracy in the substats. Ultimately, their job is to stick around, be annoying, keep the rest of your team alive and functioning. And the will is great on them because that first turn of immunity, honestly, we're just trying to make your opponents do one more thing before they can defense break and kill them. That's it. That's all it's there for. Sick, that's the video. Oh, which one is which? Honestly, I have no idea. You know, the totemists and the cannon girls are really onto something. 4 skills is cool. Same with the samurai. But somewhere down the line, we realized we're not satisfied with just adding 1 skill. Not when we have the technology to multiply by 2. What do these things do? Which one is Ramael and which one is Judaya? You'll have the answer to these questions by the end of the video. Quick side note, this has very little to do with what we're actually talking about today. I've been trying to call them Raj, but it's just not sticking. You know, I'm taking the R and the J from Ramael and Judaya, I'm taking the A from and boom, it's a name. And it works with all of them. You got Raj, you got Cal, Saz, Mag, and Ja. Okay, let's talk skills, and keep in mind you can mix and match. First 2 skills, you can increase an ally's attack bar by 15%, or you can take a coin flip on decreasing an opponent's attack bar by 30%. Their 2 second skills can decrease an ally's skill cooldown time by 1 turn, or they have a 60% chance to stun AoE, and that's after skill ups. Their 2 third skills can heal everyone on your team and give a small shield, or you can attack an enemy target 3 times for a chance to remove a buff with each hit and apply a 2-turn defense break. Then, as if all that wasn't enough, they also have a 24% speed lead. So people are pairing them with the holy trinity of the last couple seasons. Chandra, Cigar, and Velajuel. I don't want to talk about Velajuel, but he's a really good pairing if you have those 3 monsters. They're also the perfect pairing with Masha because with the 24 speed lead, you're complementing that speed scaling damage. They can also start by boosting her and removing buffs off of the enemy target and setting up a defense break so that she can snipe. But can they solo Masha? Honestly, the data is inconclusive. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. Like I said, data is inconclusive. We don't know.
He needs to land.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Summoner's War. My name is Come To Us Evan, and today we are doing some account reviews and progression tips. If this happens to be your first time seeing one of these, all you got to do is be in chat channel 10. Let me know what your Twitch or YouTube name is, as well as the problem you're having in chat channel 10. And I'm starting on the global server today, but as folks have already said in chat, if we got some time, we'll head on over to EU. I think we went to EU last time, but there wasn't a whole lot of interest in EU last stream. Let me say hi to folks in chat real quick. Devin, or D. Evan, what's going on, dude? Thank you for saying favorite content creator. That was really sweet. Preemie, what's going on? Psycho Reader, I'm Fastlicks, Toby. Thank you guys for being here today. You'll have to bear with me a little bit. I'm still feeling sick. I got sick over the weekend. I think it was my friend that got me sick because another friend of mine is sick, and like we saw each other for Magic at the same time. But there is a chance that I got sick at a wedding that I went to as well. So I'm unsure of the origin, but either way, it's kind of knocked me out for a few days. I've been fighting it since like Saturday. So I'm streaming from home. You'll have to excuse me if I'm a little bit like, slow on the uptake today. I'm just like trying to get through these, the stuffiness right now. I'm very fortunate that it's been mild, but I'm definitely very contagious. Tim Bennett, Evan, the best Come To Us employee. You're so sweet, dude. Jeannie, what's up? Cam, welcome everybody. Is Mizzle says, hi Evan, thanks for the advice. I watch your stream uploads on YouTube. Oh dude, you're awesome. I'm so glad. I'm glad you made it to a live stream. That's great, but thank you for watching regardless. So we find ourselves at the precipice of a really interesting update that just dropped for Summoner's War, and I know that folks have been talking about it a lot. I've watched some YouTube videos on how people are feeling about it this morning, but I wanted to see if you guys were interested in checking it out. So as of just last night, we've got the dev note. We got the update that the dev note promised that brought the advanced rune settings into the game. And so this is kind of like a Summoner's War version of the swap, the Summoner's War optimizer that's kind of been around for a long time, if folks are familiar with that. So I think this is going to make runing very approachable for people, especially like newer players. And honestly, I think for like mid-game players, it'll probably be helpful. And also, honestly, end-game players who aren't using swap or don't want to use swap for whatever reason, they could probably find a good starting point here. Why am I tooling around over here? Let me see if I can find... Let's go see if we can, like, let's check out, like, Chandra or something like that. Like, let's go to Rune Advanced Settings. So this is the new menu that's in here. Have you guys played around with this already? Am I preaching to the choir right now? You guys have probably already done that. Oh, Devon, thank you so much. Looking spiffy as always. By the way, Devon, am I pronouncing your name right? Is it Devon, Devon, or D. Evan? Now have even more numbers. Yes, this update brought from the people who brought you numbers on runes. It is now even more numbers. Dude, I'm out of Dayquil right now, which is kind of a bummer. I only have the nighttime version, so I'm kind of like I'm just like raw dog in the cold right now. I'm just going for it. Dudano stopped playing on main, started focusing on the alt. Dudano, you have a great alt, so I think that's pretty decent. How would I rune the Fire Draken? Oh, I have the Fire Draken King plays. That's a really interesting question. He's a cool monster, and you can actually get him to take infinite turns in the Wind Rift Beast. Say Shizo did a video on him. So let's look at Chandra for a second. So like with the Rune... Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to be a little sniffly. Let's keep him on Vio. Let's go slot 2. We'll set slot 2 to speed. Slot 4, let's put it on crit damage because we're crazy. And then slot 6, let's go HP, right? And then from here, you can tap on the ellipses and you can hit target stat value. Hey, Drolski, hello. Really liking the new update. It's like a mini Summoners War optimizer. Exactly. And I think it's great. And there's a lot of room to grow. And so right now it's like, take it for what it is right now, and what it is a really cool start to something. I've already seen a lot of good feedback in like YouTube videos and on from
just a bunch of different sources. And one of the things that I really like, actually I'll point out in a second here, the point of feedback that I like the most is include engraved runes. But I think it was Seishizo that I watched. I think it was Seishizo that said that he would like it that if you could tap this, but then also include monsters that you want excluded from the lineup. So it's like, yes, you can include engraved runes, but like don't touch my Vanessa, or like don't touch my Ciara, like, or something like that, you know. Oh, as a deck, Devin, awesome, cool, perfect, Devin, that sounds great. Yeah, and Fastlix, I have not utilized swap before. I know how it works, but I have not personally used it. Evan Loki on the same status as Artemion. Dude, that's so nice. That's so sweet. Oh, I met somebody at the wedding who actually recognized me from their time playing Summoner's War. It was cool. We had a really good conversation about like mobile gaming. It was really cool. New update. They don't really. Oh, so Toby, this is Toby's touching on something that I was just kind of discussing. Evan, maybe I'm out of content, but today I watched a lot of YouTubers reach a new update craft. They don't really like it. What's your POV? Specifically about the legend rune crafting, people are saying, I've seen a lot of people saying that it's like overpriced right now, like for the legend rune crafting, and that seems to be like the majority opinion that I've seen right now. And I honestly, you know, I can't weigh in. I haven't crafted runes yet or anything like that. We can take a look at it together. But the one thing that I would say is, like, I think a lot of this stuff can be adjusted over time. I don't know what their plan is, but okay, so let's put a value here. Let's say like 20k extra, right? So like let's say like 170. Oh, I accidentally typed 174. Let's do that. Speed, I like the 140. Let's do I'll say 135 and up for speed. Crit damage, I'm just gonna say 100 because I don't need a lot. And then crit rate, we don't want any crit rate at all. So I hope that can be excluded. And then we proceed, and then we hit start, and then boom, look at this. Look at this. It gives you tons of options. Look at all this. It gives you all of these options. Of course, I included units that could be taken from, unfortunately. So you can kind of scroll through here and just see what rune set works the best. You tell Summoner's War what you're aiming for in terms of stats, and then it will find the combination of runes for you. Honestly, I think that this is just a fantastic next logical step for the game, because like the biggest hurdle for new players is the rune system. I see so many people being, you know, it's a pretty daunting system, right? Like runing your monsters and figuring it out. It's part of the reason why it's like you really need more people to like look at your account and help you out and give you a point of view that is beyond your own. So it's very helpful. Like now you can just say, this is what I want, show me what I got. The hard part of Summoner's War should be getting the runes. Actually putting the runes on your monster, I don't think should necessarily be that difficult. And you can still make changes from here, right? So now I've got this, I can always like remove these and change them as I'd like. And also, you know, there's a lot of different ways that we could, or what am I trying to say? Sorry guys, I'm having a hard time thinking today. I would really like it if we could do, so like, check this out. Let's go Vio Will. Let's select Vio Will, and then we run it. I like that you can select multiple rune sets too. You can say, oh, I want it on Vio Will, I want it on Vio Nem. Frankly, this is just like such a cool update. I think this was a long time coming, and it's the start of something. Because so if you know, clearly we've seen like the rune management system, right? We saw how different the rune manager is from how it used to be, right? You know, there's been a lot of things changed over time in this. I think it's going to be the same for the advanced settings. So I think this is a really good start. And, you know, as much as I would love to be able to say, don't touch my Ciara, don't touch my Ashur, you know, something like that. I think it's really cool. But I would, if you're going into it, I would also know the limitations of it too. And, you know, I've referenced Seishizo a couple times already, but he did do a good video today where he kind of directly compares his output from swap and from this new system. So just kind of getting to know the idiosyncrasies of the system, I think, are going to be important in the beginning. But I'm thrilled, especially for new players, because like there's people that I know, like hey, thank you so much. Wait, was that a raid? What did I just miss? I just missed a notification. I just saw Masha cheering. Thank you so much for whatever that is. Instead of finding runes to get 300 speed, now I can just do it in no time. Yeah, exactly. I think that's great. But like, for instance, like Michael, you know, Michael's been playing the game for a little while now, but runing is still kind of a difficult system. Nelly, oh dude, love you, man. Thank you. Runing is still really difficult for like Michael, new players, people who just want to do it. It's like, I would love to be able to tell them, just, you know, use this system, type in these values. And it might be very helpful for things like speed tuning too, because, you know, I tell you guys all the time, I'm like, oh, for your Dragons team, make sure Lauren moves first, then Crow moves next. You know, it's like, that's a little easier said than done sometimes. David Jimenez, am I shooting myself in the foot by auto selling whatever isn't a 6-star legend rune? Maybe. I don't do. I'm not even that exclusive with my rune selection. Let me take a drink of water, guys. I'm very stuffy. I feel it in my ears actually. Out of Dark says, I ruined my stuff while inebriated, usually works well enough. That honestly, dude, loosey goosey, you know, just ruining it. Guys, chat channel 10 is the place to be if you'd like account reviews and progression tips, by the way. I'm waiting in there as well if you guys want some help. Death the Kid, welcome back. Hi, Evan. I just pulled Eleanor. No way. Dude, congratulations. Eleanor is the light unicorn? And I phrased that like a question, but I meant to say it as a statement. Eleanor is a light unicorn, and she's been used, like, actually in SWC. People are pairing her with, like, Zeratul. And I know it's kind of a tough ask to tell you to have both of them, but Eleanor is super cool. She applies the crit rate reduction buff on her skill too. So you'd use her in slightly different situations than you would her sister Amelia. But, like, because Amelia gives a defense buff, so you'd want to run her with things like Feng Yan, Artemiel, stuff that scales with defense. But like Eleanor's little heal is really helpful. Yeah, this is a cool monster. Congratulations on that. She's seeing a lot of play actually. Oh, Out of Dark also got Eleanor. What the heck? Dude, what are the odds of that? Falcon and hey friends. And guys, again, I'm so sorry if you guys are getting here a little bit late. I'm sick today. So it's already harder for me to kind of like, you know, plan out my words. It's harder for me to think ahead when I'm sick. So I'm sorry if I kind of stumble over myself, or again, if I'm slow on the uptake, because, but I didn't want to like leave you guys hanging today. So I'm doing this stream, and then at 2 p.m. we're still going to have a Soul Strike stream. Ooh, Trent shared info on his Julie. Dude, this is like what I was trying to do earlier. This is crazy. This is a really good Julie. Look at this. This is a powerful Julie. So does this clear waves, Trent? Does this clear waves in Abyss hard? This is actually what I was trying to do, but I was trying to get her to move first, which is really hard. I think I'd have to slow down my team. Because right now, so I've been really trying to, like, let me show you guys. I've been trying to make this speed team. Oh, I didn't mean to get rid of Lauren. Hold on. Let me just do this because it's a little bit faster. I've been trying to make the Dalsim team work for quite some time. Do you guys run this? I've found that the best one for me is the version like running Water Geralt with it. I've been trying to get this to work. It works sometimes, so I've been doing like a hybrid of it, but sometimes it just dies. You do it with Liam. I might wait for when I pull Liam, or like if there's a way that I could also utilize this. Oh, I didn't even know this had runes on it. Geralt 100 crit rate. I think so, or I think close enough. Famous last words, right? Oh, so Chaff, what do you need help with, by the way? Let me go see what your Liam looks like, actually, too. You do it with Liam. Oh my god, this is dope. So you use Shina's lead, Julie. Yeah, see, this is what I would like. And so why do you use Tiana, I guess, over Konami? I guess it doesn't really matter. But, like, you know, they're both the same. The only reason I ask is because I know that Tion's got one more skill cooldown on skill 2, right? Is that right? How fast is my fastest Dragon's run? Let's go look. Oh, wrong button. Sorry. Skill issue. 51 seconds, and not with the Dalsim team. So that's the problem. My fastest clear with it is not with the Dalsim team, and that's how you can tell that something's gone horribly wrong. Okay. Hi, Evan. I was here last time and you helped me with my account with R5 team, Dungeon Teams, and RTA. Now I'm back to see if you have tips for Arena. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got for Arena. I don't know if you're working on Arena defense. It's not something that like you really need to prioritize. Like I usually tell people you can really wait on Arena defense until you're absolutely sure you want to climb. But like let's act as if you do really want a defense and we can talk about some options. I am a huge fan of like the bruise it out or make them regret attacking you version. I'm not as big of a fan of like the counter cleave version. Insight. I've been trying to get Federica to work in Crypt instead of Sonya, but Liam needs a Will Rune set. Dude, you know who just got Federica? Is Seppi. It was a really cool poll for him. Oh, and Death the Kid said, can you drop in Asia to check my progression from the day I came back? Been 2 months. Been 2 months now since you came back. Yeah, I could like jump in and then come back to global. Dono says that Arena defense is mid. We're gonna try to take it from mid to good at least. That's what we want. So we'll remember like some notable units from here. We've got Moore and Varad. Those are like pretty promising. Oh, and Poseidon. That's actually my favorite leader skill for an Arena offense comp. Let's see, what else do we got? We really like fire units for this sort of thing. There's not a lot of like, there's not a ton of tank over here. Silence. I made it faster than 150 for dragons. Goodness, my runes suck. Honestly, lazy Panda T, if you want some help, if you want to see if we could try to get that time down, post in chat channel 10 and I can hop in and see what you're using. Sometimes it's just like sometimes it can even just be a turn order issue or something like that too. Like 151 tells me that something's amiss. You know, I think you'll be able to make it faster even with just okay runes. Oh, you've got Shazam. Oh, this is cool. Oh, we should totally utilize Shazam for something. And Kiki. Oh my gosh, this guy's got some pretty cool stuff in here. Okay, well, why don't we do something like a, like, probably Darien and Kinky, I think is probably what we're going to utilize. Darien, Kinky, Ritesh, and Shazam. Is that crazy, chat? Darien, Kinky, Ritesh, and Shazam. I think that would be actually kind of a decent defense for what I'm seeing here, especially because you have 2 healing cleanses from that. That's actually kind of fun. And then he has defense break on skill 1, which I learned the hard way, actually. I constantly find that Shazam is like an underestimated unit. So if you build him like super tanky, I'm talking like tons of HP, like then Shazam and Ritesh. Shazam and Ritesh could then like outlast some Lucian stuff. Could outlast the Lucian. Out of Dark says that's just Zyros food. It could be Zyros food, to be honest. It could be Zyros. I'm looking around trying to see if I can find something to prevent death, and I don't see one. So like if we could maybe put a Triana in here, I feel like that would be like the best case scenario. I don't know if there's a Triana somewhere in storage. It's not a difficult monster to really have, but I would maybe see if you have some way to prevent death. That's what I was looking for, but I was kind of failing to find. You've got one in storage? Okay, that's awesome. And then let me quickly rise up. Gamer says Zell. Dudano lead shared info of this. So Dudano lead is the account where Dudano doesn't want to use any monsters that have leader skills. Oh, my nose. Sorry, guys. That's me right now. That's literally me. Just whining. Just whining about being sick. 36? What is this, dude? 36 speed? What is this? Oh my god. Man, I almost completely like just glazed over this because I just assumed it was like a flat attack. That's insane. Are you kidding me? Oh, let me see your Dulcim. So that's the Dulcim. Okay. 2,000 attack. How does that compare to mine? So mine is like, let's look at mine. So mine's 90. Makes me realize that I might be making my team overall too fast. I might be able to just kind of slow down my comp. Now that I think about that. Now that you show me that, I'm wondering if maybe I should just slow it down a little bit. Yeah, like, I don't know if I need to be that fast. Maybe I'm a little bit too fast. I'll look into that, actually. Chef, thank you. That actually kind of, you gave me like a realization here. Shina and Julie as the leads. Okay. Freerunner Lee says, Evan, my R5 is really not consistent. Could you help me out, please? Yes. So with that in mind, I can only see one comp in here from your R5, but I think I might be able to kind of get the gist of this to help you out a little bit. Yeah, I think there might be some improvements that we could make here. Like for instance, so something you want to remember in R5, the most valuable type of skill in R5 is cleanse on an active skill. So cleanse instead of on a passive. The boss is able to oblivion you, right? And that's probably something that this team faces quite a bit, because in that team, I don't think that there was any cleanse, and there definitely were a lot of passives to be oblivioned. So I think maybe what we could do is we could find a few units to replace. We could try to see what you got in terms of hard cleanse, you know, and try to find something a little tankier, maybe. If you're not running Zhang Fei, the Fire Panda, you definitely should. Okay, let me see what we got here. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to highlight a few units that I think could be valuable to you in R5. I think Lulu is actually a really valuable unit if you're lacking things like Aerial or something like that, things that have like the full team AoE cleanse with bonuses. Camdo Otaku, how long am I streaming for? So today, I normally go for an hour and a half. Today, I'll probably do something similar. It might be a little shorter just because I'm sick today. I'm like still under the weather. I'm like getting better, but like I'm still contagious today. So strictly today, it might be a little shorter, but normally it's like an hour and a half, thereabouts. And then I have another Soul Strike stream at 2 p.m. And actually, Childish Plays is going to be joining me, by the way. So if you guys have any interest in Soul Strike, you should come on by and watch us play. So back to this real quick. So Lulu, I think, is a good monster for this sort of thing. Also Riley, Zhang Fei, right? So I think you should double down on cleanse on at least one team, and then on the others, it's okay to just have one. But I usually prefer two, and you really want to like make sure that each one's at least got one, right? So Zhang Fei here, we got Lulu over there, we got Riley. I would double down. Excuse me, I would put Riley and Fran on the same team. And the reason for that is that Riley only cleanses one debuff from everybody. Fran only cleanses one target. So I would put like your weakest cleanse options, right? Your most limited is probably a better way to say that. Your most limited cleanse options on the same team. So that way you kind of almost like assemble something resembling a full cleanse, right? Because you got two units that do it. You want to avoid things like Juno that do it on a passive, obviously, right? Like I just want to shout that out so that way, because some folks may not understand yet. And then for Baelger, it would be cool if you have a BJR5 comp on the side. You may not. I would still run a Baelger regardless. I would pair him with wherever you're getting your most buffs. And Colleen is still suspiciously good for raids. In fact, I think she's even better after Second Awakening, right? Yeah, leaves a branding effect. See this? So Colleen gets even better in raids after she's Second Awakened. So I would 2A this unit. If you have nothing else to do, I would Second Awaken that unit. Oh, somebody asked me about the Fire Draken Knight. Here, hold on real quick. Let me just go take a peek at this. So the Fire Draken Knight, right? So I'm not saying that this is necessarily good runes, but if you put him on Vamp, right? You put him on Vamp, you run him in Wind Rift Beast, he does take infinite turns. Now that is a cool thing, but it's also a bad thing, because that means like things like your Brandia, if you're running Brandia, she will never take a turn. And that's actually like technically speaking bad, because your score will be probably worse. But like this is a really interesting unit. I think all of the Draken Knights are really cool, actually. They're so unique. I don't know. Like, I really like where their heads were at for this whole family, especially the light and the dark ones too. Can you show us how to share our info with friends? Yeah. So let me see. I think we can do this, right? So let me see. Like, where's my Dom? Oops. Is it like is it share? Wait. Where is this? Runes. Artifact. Wait, where is this? I don't think I've ever... have I ever shared this before? Wait, chat. Where do you share stuff? Top right of Mon? Top right? Oh, info. I see. Yeah, so right there. That's where. Top right. I was in the right zone. No, I wasn't. I was in the total wrong area. It's in the stats. Okay, let's look around. Guys, I'm going to drink some more water. I'm so out of Dayquil. Oh my god. I need to get some Dayquil. Well, or I just wait it out until night and just drink lots of water until then. Okay. Hector, free to play. Evan, all my monsters I put out here. Can you help me run Dragon's Abyss harder time faster? Yes. Okay, let me see what we... Oh, wait. There's Lazy Panda, too. Lazy Panda had the same question, I think, right? So let me see what you got. So 129, you're running the Verd Spectra, Crow, Veramos, Lauren. So this is what I like to call the starter team for Dragon's Abyss Hard. I think this is a really accessible team for players. What I would just double check to make sure is that your turn order is right. So we got this going. Then ideally, wait. 108 plus 42. So ideally, right, in order for this team to function like at its peak, which is what you want to be doing. Oh, there's a problem stat too. Okay, so one thing at a time. In order for this team to work as advertised, you really want it to be Lauren moving first, followed by Crow. And the reason for that is that Crow has the opportunity to apply a brand on skill 3, and that's going to increase the damage dealt by everybody following him, right? So like in theory, the team goes like Lauren applies a defense break, Crow applies a brand, or if Lauren missed the defense break for whatever reason, he could like even team up to try to help her, and he might pull her to give another opportunity to apply it. He also has a defense break on skill 1. So after Crow, though, then you want your 2 damage dealers. So you want Veramos and Spectra. But what I'm noticing here is that there's kind of a slight disconnect in relation to crit damage and crit rate. So crit damage is a stat that is not good on its own. It's not good in a vacuum. Crit damage is entirely incumbent on your crit rate being high enough to utilize it. So I think what I would say is I would reevaluate how you've ruined your Spectra and also how you've ruined your Veramos. I think Veramos might have a little bit less of a way to go. So like this rune, for instance, this is kind of a weak rune. This is an easy replace, right? Because there's really not anything here beyond the main stat and the crit damage substat that's really benefiting you. So what I would try to find, it's fine that it's a rare rune. It doesn't need to be a legend rune, but I would try to find something that's like a speed slot 2 with crit rate and crit damage, right? So you want crit rate. Whenever there's crit damage in play, you need to make sure you land it. Same for this sort of thing. So there's no crit rate here. There's no crit rate here. It's basically, so we're kind of short on that. I would even try to use a set of blade runes, right? You could do Rage Blade using the new enhance options. And then you could say, I want him to be at 90 speed. I want him to have like at least 75 crit rate or something like that. And then that's boom. You just run. Shaft Thruster says, this rune optimizer looking good. I'm glad you like it, dude. Did my countless suggestion messages finally come to us to do rune optimizer? I think it's I am in chat 10. I am in chat channel 10. I think it's an amazing start for the game. It looks great. I'm really glad to have it. I think it's going to make the rune system way more approachable for people. Sean Ware says, hey, Evan, who could I pair Tomoe? Who could I pair with Tomoe and Nana for an RTA comp? That's a great question. So Tomoe is really solid with like that. She's a staple of the debuff comps, right? So she's gotten popular with things like Layla, Beth, Hagang, etc. Right? So it's like those guys are really good together. I'd say that Nana is slightly more of like a counter pick. I don't think you necessarily need the Nana in order to make that team function, Sean. I think you could probably do something cool with just like focus on debuffs. Have like a Rika runed in the back too, so that way if they don't pick immunity, you could pick that. So one more thing on this. So the same is true about Spectra, right? So Spectra has also got like only 20% crit rate. You really want to get these numbers up because if you want to rely on these monsters to crit, then you're going to want that to be higher than 20 for sure. So what you could do instead is you could look for something with high crit rate in the substats on slot 2, Spectra doesn't strictly need to be on speed. It's really just important that he moves after Lauren, right? You know, he doesn't strictly need to be on speed. He could be on attack, crit damage attack. He could be on anything, right? Because he has such a fast base speed. I'd say that Spectra has the most leniency and flexibility in that line of thinking than any other monster in the game, because he comes with 126 right out the box. Okay, let me jump out of here, Hector. I hope that helps. And then where's Lazy Panda? Lazy Panda was saying that they weren't able to get a really fast time. They said that 122 is their fastest. I have a feeling that we're going to come across something similar. And I want to look at that Giants team one more time, too. Silas Cyrus, I have no clue. I just joined 2 seconds ago. Welcome to the stream, dude. I would love a rune review with my terrible runes. That's what we're here for. Guys, I'm so sorry to keep repeating myself for folks who have been here. Please forgive me. I'm feeling sick today. I'm not normally this kind of like low energy. I'm like really trying to kind of... I'm even sitting down today, which is very rare. I only sit down at the office. Normally, if I'm like at home, I'm standing. But I just kind of want to like conserve the energy today. So I'm so sorry. So if this happens to be your first time on stream, please come back on chill. I would love chill here today, but also come back on another day when I'm feeling more energetic, so that way you can see what it's, hopefully normally like. I'd say that I'm probably functioning at like a 70% of like my energy levels today. It's been a really mild sickness though, that I'm very thankful for. So Lazy is currently running the same comp. Let's just see what's going on here. So Verd is at 90% crit rate. And I do think that he needs to be at 100. Normally, I'm not a stickler for that sort of thing. Like even in RTA, like you can have. Okay, please hold on 1 second, because like I'm about to drop kind of a divisive idea here. I would say that Verd being at like 95 crit rate, whatever, in RTA doesn't really matter. Because he doesn't take that many turns. He's going to hit him, you're going to get the crit rate, or you're going to get the crit, yada, yada. In PVE, it matters. In PVE, it absolutely matters to have that 100% crit rate. And I'll tell you why. It's because in PVE, you're taking significantly more turns with Verd. You will find the 10% where he doesn't crit, and it's going to cost you the run. Gil says, Summoners War workout kind of catching up with you. Oh, dude, yeah. Okay. I got sick over the... Or I think I got sick either at a wedding that I went to on Friday or when I played Magic the Gathering with some friends. And the reason it might have been that one is because another friend who was at that thing also got sick at the same time. Like same incubation period, got sick on the same day. So I'm kind of inclined to think that it is that, but like, I was around a lot of people at the wedding, so I could have gotten sick there. What were the decks? I was playing Muldrotha for one game, and then I let my friend borrow my Yannette deck, Yannette the Cryptic Sovereign, and then the friend who got sick was playing a new +1/+1 counters deck. I forget the name of one of the commanders, but it was paired with the background of Master Chef, the one that makes it so that whenever your commander or another creature enters with a +1/+1 count, or it gets a +1/+1 counter. It was really cool. It was very, very cool. Very sick. Excuse the pun. Very sick. And then let's check out here. So I think we're encountering a very similar situation here, right? It's like there's just that opening disconnect. It's like if you rune a monster on crit damage, you really need it to have crit rate. And the same is true. So for Veramos, this is a Veramos that's built on a support build. So it's not that like drastic of a change. This would just cause like a pivot. This would need a pivot in how you're runing your Veramos in general. The starter team for the Dragon's Abyss Hard comp actually kind of assumes that you're running a crit damage Veramos, which is kind of how people tend to like rune him these days. So if you happen to have the runes to support it right now, and we do have a lot of events going on where you could get the runes that you need to make this work, I would change your Veramos from Violent over to Rage. So you'd go Speed, Crit Damage, HP. Speed, Crit Damage, HP. The reason for that is that his skill 2 scales with max HP of the enemies. So he can actually deal some huge damage against bosses. And again, guys, I think that these tips are probably even easier to action on than normal because of the new advanced rune settings, right? So like let's just take a quick second here. I promise I won't linger on this for long. Far bar below. Oh, I missed your. Hold on. What's your? Let me zoom out on this. Says, been having issues with getting faster times as well as TOA hard. I'm pretty sure it's my runes that are the issue, but I'm not sure what to do. You know, I think I can try to help. I can try to help. Oftentimes the runes are there. Like, I would say that 95% of the time when I help folks on here, they have the runes. It just is something that might be a little bit misunderstood, or maybe like they've missed something somewhere, or like somebody's moving ahead of somebody else. I would say that most of the time people have the runes they need for the state of the game they're in. Ooh, okay. Yes, Ming Ji. Hold on. Hey, Evan, do you know some monsters that pair well with Nyx in RTA? I've got one that is given to me straight from Thompson, actually. So Thompson really likes Omduat with Nyx. And so I didn't quite get why. But, like, so the way that Omduat, you know, he cycles his turns really well. He pushes back attack bar, but he's got strip and slow on skill 2. And what that functionally equates to with a Nyx is if Nyx behaves and his passive activates, then you basically have your enemy team permanently slowed. And that's a game-winning state. Like, dude, people with slow debuff on all the time, that's how you win games. Like, the slow debuff is easily underestimated, but it is an incredibly detrimental debuff to have on you. But Downey, no way. Hey, Evan, can you take a look at my RTA box and tell me how to beat Topa next year? What's going on, Downey? Dude, that's so funny. I was just thinking about you yesterday. I was playing some roguelikes last night, and I was thinking about you. That's crazy, dude. You check out Juicy Realm yet? You gotta check that. I love Juicy Realm. That's hilarious. It's good to see you too. I'm under the weather right now, but otherwise doing okay. Oh, so I forgot why I was in here. Which one of these is my real? Oh, this is my real Veramos. Oh, let's use the fake Veramos. Let's check out the fake Veramos. That's awesome. Wait a minute. This is the Veramos that was given to us. So let's go Rage, right? We don't really care about the other one. Let's go slot 2 speed. Let's go slot 4 crit damage. Let's go slot 6 HP. Whoops, misclick. And then let's go for like a speed of, we'll go speed of 180. Oh, you know what? Sorry, guys. I can just type this. I forgot. 180. Let's go for a crit rate of 80. We'll aim low, right? And then let's go for it. So this is, when I say that this is like what I mean when I say it should be easier to action on this stuff than normal. Oh, and I didn't even tell it to include runes that I already have engraved on people. Could you look at my nap 5s and let me know which would be best to focus on for RTA? This is coming from David Jimenez on YouTube. I know some are good, but I lack multiple team comps. My username is Red King. Okay, yeah, I can take a look at that for you. Oh, and also 6 Mil Dog. I'm just looking. 6 Mil Dog was actually, I think, the first person in chat today. I'm just looking for help with what I should be working on all my teams, though. Not as fast as 100 for farming. So, basically, I don't need to, like, fully do this. I just wanted to show you guys that it's kind of it's easier to make this work now that we have the advanced rune settings. So, back in chat channel 10 here. Let's go back. Let's see if we can find... Wait, where were we? Where even were we? I don't even know. Where am I? Guys, I'm struggling today. I'm so sorry. Let's start with In1 here. I'm still new to Summoner's War. I would love tips for dungeons and RTA. Yeah, of course. Let's see how new we talking. So you're level 100. You got what the dog? Is this bait? It seems like bait. What the? You got Ragdoll and you got Conk Wings. You got... Wait, these are Conqueror Wings, dude. What the heck? Unless maybe you got them through like Special League or something. I don't know. I was like... New to Summoner's War. Would love tips for dungeons and RTA. I feel like you've got your dungeons like on lock here, actually. So this is funny though. I will say this. You know, something that I mention kind of often on stream is like the idea that like consistency is king, right? If you're able to get approximately 1 minute on a consistent team 30 times, you're probably good. But I understand the idea of like wanting to kind of push, oh, your brother did most of the things for you. Oh, so you're looking for kind of the time to kind of learn the game a little bit more deeply. That's awesome. That's very cool. Okay, so one question for you while I continue to talk about like the dungeon team thing. What do you like to play in RTA? Like, what archetypes do you enjoy? And when I say that, I mean, do you like cleave? Do you like snipe? Do you like double reset? Stuff like that. Crowd control. By the way, I really like your island. I like that you went for sort of like a natural forest look. This is actually kind of like, this is really cool. This is the type of thing that I would like to do on my island. Everything just looks really nice together, right? Like this tree, he looks like he would naturally be here amidst these like druidic like stones. Same here, right? Like, and then you've got the giant that's been like grown over. This is actually like a low-key, super underrated way to design your island. Oh, I think I just missed a notification again. You know what? I'm going to put my game here so that way I'm more likely to see the notifications as they come through. Sorry, guys. I keep missing those. Turn 2 with Ragdoll, Angela, Gapsu, Revenge Verd, and Vero. Dog, you got it. You got it. Like, that's it. I would just... did you say Angela? Oh, you did say Angela. I thought maybe I was tripping for a second. You and I are playing remarkably similar comps right now. I just don't have Ragdoll. So I'm actually playing Gapsu Angela right now in one. That's so funny that you say that. So I'm running those two monsters specifically. And then I'm doing things like Juno and Chow. So I'm doing a lot of auto cleanse, turn 2, like just kind of chill, make them deal with it, make them figure it out. What I like to do with these units though is I like to make them sort of higher res, so that way it's like even more frustrating when I eventually like take the res lead with Angela and then they just can't land anything sometimes, right? So I actually really like this comp. I don't think there's too much we need to improve on. I think Vero doesn't necessarily need to be a permanent staple of the comp though. Like Veramos is very much like a counter pick sort of thing, and he's kind of, well, I say that, but he is like, I mean, he's got valuable skills. It's just that like he's kind of easily countered with attack bar reduction, and attack bar reduction is like so prevalent these days, right? Like Cigar, Oliver, right? Like these are situations that you don't normally pick Veramos into, because like that's what he struggles against, right? He struggles against hard crowd control and attack bar reduction. So you want to make sure that like you just bring him in the right situation. I would say that if you're gonna do this comp as like a staple, we could try to find something else to fit in there. Like the Verd is cool. The only thing about Verd, so I know that there's a lot of caveats here, right? Like I'm saying a lot of like, oh, but a real consideration is that Verd will make you cycle out of the shields from Angela faster. That is something to think about. Running Verd with a comp that like revolves around having buffs on, sometimes doesn't end up helping as much as you would think, right? Like with Verd, you'll cycle out of like immunity faster. You'll cycle out of your shields. So it's like there's a bad situation where it's like you buff with Angela, he counterattacks a monster, then he takes a turn, and now all of a sudden the enemy team didn't even have the opportunity to attack you with the shield up. And like that's kind of a problematic thing that Verd can do. So in a similar way, sometimes I think that Verd can be a little bit detrimental. I actually think that Riley works really well with this comp. Maybe she's a little slow for your liking, but like the attack buff on Ragdoll goes pretty far. She has immunity for when you need it. She can cleanse, and also you can't silence her Oblivion Earth. Like this girl, like it doesn't, I mean, you can silence her, but she can still use skill 4. Like this is just a super solid comp, dude. I really like what you're running. I would just maybe reconsider what you have as like a staple of it. Like what's a definite pick, right? Like you do your Ragdoll, you do your Gapsu, then you pick the Riley, something like that. I use Riley if they take one of the 5. Roger that. I see what you're saying. Very cool stuff here. But yeah, that's probably the only thing that I would tell you in one. And it sounds like I'm kind of preaching to the choir here. It sounds like you actually know a little bit more about what you're doing than you're letting on. I would just say be careful about saying like I'm gonna pick Veramos as like a constant in the team. I'm gonna pick Verd as a constant in the team. Stuff like that. Okay, let me go see here real quick. So let's look around and see what we can do. on it. Red King. Here we go. Look at my nat 5s and tell me which ones are good for RTA. Let's do this real quick, and then I'll scroll back up. And I'm so sorry if I'm, like, skipping folks. I'm just trying to go through a couple topics that we haven't covered yet. Okay, quick water break, and we're back in. When are we going to get a team for the in-game unit? Gilly, I may not totally be understanding what you mean. Michael's Art Studio pulled Mephisto last week. That's really cool. Oh, desperately waiting for the EU switch. Oh, and and I need to go to Asia for Death the Kid. Okay, wait. Which nat 5s are good for RTA? Do you need to know, like, the ones that you haven't built yet? Is that what you... Oh, no. So you just want to know which of these is good. Okay, Annabelle is good for RTA. Chow is good right now. Chow is good, depending on where you stand. I think Chow's a fantastic... He actually just got a monster spotlight on the channel. Ultra Deathlord, what's up? It's going okay, dude. I'm sick right now. I'm on the upswing. I got sick on Saturday. I'm gradually getting better, but I'm definitely still contagious today. Having fun doing some account reviews, but it's harder to think today. That's what it's hard to think while I'm all stuffed up. I'm even sitting down, which I never sit down. Turmeric. Wait, tell me about this. What's this about turmeric, Just the Kid? Should I be putting turmeric in stuff? Is it good for colds? Because I'm all out of Dayquil, so I could really use some, like, home remedy type thing, actually. Chandra, turmeric drink. I have, like, that golden milk, which is a combination of, like, spices, and it's kind of chai-esque. Turmeric is good for you in general. Oh, shoot, dude. Now we're doing, like, human progression tips right now. Like, body account reviews. I like to put it in eggs. Oh, guys are getting me some new info here. Okay, I'll see if I've got some turmeric in the house. It might actually be in that golden milk stuff. Okay. So we've covered 3 units that are really good for RTA. I'd say Samath is good depending on what you're doing, but I'm talking more neutrally good stuff like Juno. Still one of the perfect counter picks for RTA, I'd say. Like, this is a unit that you can kind of pick raw and it'll just kind of work out. You know, it's like most of the time. Like, I was actually picking Juno in my first 3 all of last season, and it worked out pretty well. I gotta say, Rika's great if they don't pick immunity, right? Taking aside niche stuff, right? Like, Jogun's kind of niche these days. I really like him. I would utilize the heck out of this guy if I had him, but I understand that not a lot of people will do that. Like, you can punish people for not being on will by just putting them in the scroll, which is basically killing them. You're sending them to the Shadow Realm for the time being, and then, like, he also has a strip with attack buff. Pretty sick. I love Carlos. Also niche. Alice is suspiciously good too, actually. Yeah, Alice is ridiculous. I actually lost to an Alice a little while ago. Like, this unit, if you can find a way to cheese this 3rd skill out, like, you'll find that it's almost better. It's like you're basically invincible during that time. Out of Dark, I've transcended to Twitch. Oh, speaking of which, guys, let me post the survey on YouTube. I'm so sorry, YouTube chat. There you go. I just posted the survey in there for you. Leo is the best counter pick. Where Juno is, like, one of the best, Leo is the best counter pick in the game, I'd say. Riley, Angela, Layla, if you want to do a debuff comp, Gapsu, I'm first picking him. Great crowd control options here. Actually, Okeanos is getting a monster spotlight on the channel soon. And I think that's everything to highlight for now, unless you want to play with Camilla. Camilla I played with for a while too. So Red King, those are all of your probably best units for RTA right now. Let's go back. Guys, okay, I'm not done with Global. However, I am going to jump over to... First, I'm going to jump over to Asia because I promised for Asia. I promised for one person. I'm coming back to Global, so please don't be disincentivized. Death the Kid, did you want me to go on Asia? Oh, and you're welcome, David. I hope that helps. Oh, no. Is Elia going to talk to me? Elia, please don't talk to me. Okay, we're good. Wait, should I summon? Wait. If I get Smicer, I'm gonna... Oh, dude, I'm gonna be so upset if I get Smicer. Okay, wait. Chat channel 10. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Hold on. There we go. Chat channel 10. Dude, if I get Smicer or Cigar, I'm gonna be so pissed. Okay? It's fun seeing new... Oh, thank God. All right. It's really funny, like... It's really funny not wanting to get a Nat 5. So Death the Kid says, let me know what works best for Eleanor. Oh my gosh, dude. Your account's great. Okay, let's go. Said check my island. Okay, let's see the island. Let's see what we got. Okay. Oh, this is so pretty, dude. Very consistent theme throughout. Very pretty. Dude, he's got like the summon henge around the tower. Oh, this is cool. I really like the layout of this. Oh, and I like that each one has its own zone on this island too. See, what you guys are really excelling in is making it so that like everything looks like it's in its place. Mine is just scattered. Mine is just a mess. The only thing that dictates where something is how easily it can be accessed when I open the game. It's like, can it be like right there where my thumb is, so that way I can tap it? You know, the transmog building is like right where I can easily find it, so that way I can get gameplay footage for videos and stuff. But that's it. Okay, so Death the Kid, you wanted like tips for like Eleanor? I don't have Eleanor, so you'll have to take these with a grain of salt. I think Violent is probably like the best in most cases, especially because sometimes like honestly, I think Violent is probably a good place to just kind of default for support monsters, because they can sometimes proc into something you need. I would go speed HP. My Eleanor is via Will, speed HP. I think Will is really good because you kind of want to punish people for like, not punish, excuse me. You want to make people jump through one more hoop before they can kill her. That's really what you want. And as far as like pairing her with stuff, oh dude, you got a Byung-chul. Oh my God. I imagine that this would just be irritating with her. Like, you want to pair her with something that's like, Zeratul is great because he also like heals himself too. Pair her with Chow, something like that. Like, I mean, Chow doesn't really care, but he could benefit from the anti-crit. The anti-crit helps when you know people are going to draw heat. Yeah, Vile Will, speed HP, baby. That's the way to go. Vile Will, speed HP. Okay, now let's go over to Europe. Okay, for the folks on Europe, it's the promised time. Ultra Deathlord, was it an LD Nat 5? Was it a Draken Knight? Wait, do I have anything to summon? Oh wait, this is my Europe account. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, chat channel 10. For folks on Europe, let's see if there's interest on EU today. Rune, hello Evan, I'm newbie. Can you tell me what can I pair with Chung Pung, please? Oh, and he's got the fresh Chung Pung. Oh, this is great. Honestly, pulling Chung Pung early. Oh, a Naruto fan. That's dope. Got Itachi there. Oh, it was Mephisto. Wait, I think I saw that. Oh, excuse me, guys. Ooh. Oh, that was a good stretch. Gilly says, is Amber any good? Bro, yes, Amber is super good. I would say that Amber has been like, it's kind of a renaissance for Amber because of the debuff comp. So with like Layla, Tomoe, stuff that or Beth, stuff that wants to apply debuffs on people, Amber fits really well as a finisher on a comp like that. and then I lost my train of thought for a second there. Oh, what pairs well with Chung Pung? I was going to help and say that like Chung Pung is really good for like new players in terms of like Trial of Ascension. I think when folks look at Chung Pung, they look at him from a perspective of RTA because that's where he's seen a ton of like use. But he is so good in TOA. Like if you haven't cleared TOA hard yet, he might actually be able to help you get there. Like if you pair him with things like you could run a comp that is like that's like Fran, Lauren, Spectra, Chung Pung, Verd. Like you could use the 5 of them there. My favorite way to do TOA, by the way, is probably something like Tyron, who's now free. He's in the Summoner's Way questline right here. So Tyron, probably the best crowd control unit for free-to-play players in the game, can use his speed lead, right? Get this boy skilled up ASAP. Not with Devilmon. Use the family. Don't use Devilmon on him. Use Tyron. Use Verd. Use Fran, Lauren, and Second Awakened Rauk, or you could use Veramos instead of Rauk. Rauk is totally optional. I just use him because like I really like Rauk, and he gets your cooldowns back faster. Dude, Dono, how janky is Rauk? Lisa, Tark, Spectra, Lulu is a Dragon's team. Remarkably janky, especially because most of those monsters don't do anything on their skill 1 except for Rauk. You know, like they're not applying anything. Wait, do you have strip aside from Lisa? I think Lisa's the only strip, right? Her skill 2, extremely janky. Please try it. Please try it though. I realize I could actually do that. I could try that team. Oh, Dudano, maybe instead of Tark, you should run the Second Awakened Dark Harpu. They don't have leader skills, right? Yeah, they don't have leader skills. So you should run the Dark Harpu. And then so Chung Pung. So that's what you pair Chung Pung for if you're using him for PvE. Oh. Excuse me. For PvP, you want to utilize the strip. So you want to bring him with comps that kind of like have some sort of payoff. Like you could actually use him with Suiki if you just want to do hella damage. Technically, you could use Bale here. You could use Veramos, or you could use Jean. You want to follow up with some crowd control, but like PvE is, I think, where you should be focusing, especially for like a level 37 account. 6 mil dog. So 6 mil dog. I would also like some entry RTA comps. I'm struggling here. 100%. I got you. So I will recommend that you utilize some of those support monsters, and I'm not talking about like the type support. I mean that free rotation of monsters that you can use in RTA. It's very helpful for new players. I think they're good up until about F3. That's usually the cutoff point for those free monsters. Hola, Atrapando. How are you? ¿Cómo está? Could you check me? I'm OG. Oh, guys, let me stretch real quick. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that, guys. Very, very tired today. The cold is overtaking me. I'm feeling very under the weather today, guys. I'm so sorry, but I will be better. I will be better. I'll probably be better by Friday, to be honest. I better be better by the World Finals. The World Finals is coming up next weekend, and I'm traveling next week. But okay, so 6 mil dog is wanted just general advice and RTA comps, beginner RTA comps. By the way, for your Giants team, I don't know if you're still using this comp that got you your best time, but for hard specifically, I think Fran and Lauren together are actually a little detrimental because they really run up that counterattack faster than other stuff. And it's, dude, the Giant hits really hard and he hits AoE. So I would run maybe one or neither. Like if you're going for like a starter team type feel, I would go for like Bella Dion and Shannon instead. Actually, Bella Dion's got a monster spotlight coming up this Saturday. Because, dude, I love that monster, and so does the head developer. beginner RTA comps. So let's see what kind of stands out for us. We got Camilla, we got Praha, we got Xiao, Annabelle, I see. Oki, Jogun. Okay. Jameer, that's kind of cool. Hawthorne. Wait a minute. Savannah. Okay, so I don't know what you like to play. 6 Mil Dog, let me ask you what you like to play. If you have anything in mind that you really like to, oh dude, actually, wow, that's a lot of fire. But I'm noticing that you have a lot of monsters that could really be used in a crowd control comp. Like, you have a lot of really good crowd control type monsters. So the reason I'm stopped here on Jogun is because he's a good strip. You can scroll trap somebody too, but he can open up the enemy team for control. And what you can do with that is you could use like Carnal. You could use Carnal with it. You could also use, I saw a few others. Okeanos, I'd say, is another really good one. And then you also have things like Praha back here. Praha is cool because she fits the crowd control comp. She can be your strip option. She can be your second strip option, and she can also be your sustain. I just randomly pick. Okay, got you. Okay, so unfortunately, there's no real like speed lead option in these, I don't think, unless I'm like forgetting one. But like, Carnal, Praha, and Carnal is the Fire Slayer, right? So Fire Slayer, Praha, Okeanos, Jogun. I would love a speed lead. I would love it if this comp had at least one speed lead in it, but I don't know of one. Now, alternatively, you could go for something that's like a high damage, I want to kill the enemy team type of comp. And in order to do something like that, I think you'd probably use Beth first. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, I just realized you have Martina. Are you using this on Dragons? Because this is sort of a cheat code for Dragon's Abyss Hard. I actually have a team that I use that features Martina, and I use the Light Chakram Dancer, Deva. They will. It's like 100%. It's Verd, Veramos, Lauren, Deva, Martina. The only one that is not farmable on that comp is Martina. Because technically Deva you can get through Hall of Heroes. She's not available anymore currently. I mean, you could use Shina or even Talia in place of that, I suppose. But yeah, that comp is like unbeatable, to be honest. So if you happen to have Martina, you can run it. I'll show it to you when we go back to Global, if you're interested in it. When Evan is streaming chat channel 10, says Kronuk. Other days I use 118. Dude, yeah, I love chat channel. I use chat channel 10 because, I mean, it's easy to communicate, and it's also like, it's for the years of Summoner's War. Okay, so I hope that helps. So 6 Mil Dog, I see that you've got, again, crowd control. Really good for you. You have a lot of crowd control options. You could do Cleave if you wanted to do like Beth instead in there, but I think crowd control is probably like the thing that you have the most synergy for. Yeah, Kronuk, I would love to. Oh, guys, wait, can I give an announcement real quick? So Friday, I'm streaming at a different time. We're going to be streaming at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So 3 hours from now is when we would start, right? So from right now, whatever time zone you're in, 3 hours from now is when we would start. And it's going to be me and Topa V. Topa V is going to be on, and what we're going to do is we're going to spectate people's games and coach them live. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So that's Friday. So Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific, me and Topa V, we're going to spectate people and give help. Oh, Dan, what's up, Dan? Dan Sakai, you're so sweet. Love you, dude. You're welcome, 6 Mil. OG Bash. OG Bash, could you remind me what you needed help with? Can I still post in chat channel 10 or should I wait? Kronuk, if you're on global, I would wait a little bit. I would wait because I'm on EU right now. What's a good team to build around Jagger? Whoa. Jaeger's a cool monster. It's a great question. I'm actually going to direct that one to chat. I'd love some assistance. Chat, how would you want to use Jagger? I know that people don't people don't always build around him. I don't think. I think some people will often either treat him like a counter pick. You kind of pick him in place of a Meiho Wang, right? So it's like Meiho Wang can't be crowd controlled. You know, you pick him against like crowd control monsters. You pick him against incidental AoEs. Chaff says storage. Some people say that they don't want to use him. I understand wanting to use your LD. So the thing that I would say is I would pick him in place of a Meiho Wang. I would pair him with something that could probably protect him. I like bringing Chandra with stuff that I'm testing out because he can kind of protect them. So like for instance, when I was messing around with Lydia, who also should probably be left in storage, when I was messing around with that, I would bring her with Chandra. Or like the 2A Harpu, you know, the Dark Harpu. Oh, you can use the Wind Heart Magician, says Ruby Rars says you can use the Harp Magician with him, Triana, to prevent death. OG, remind me what I need help with, what you need help with. Oh, dude, I'm struggling today, guys. I'm so sorry. I am struggling with this. My bad, guys. Oh, and a reminder again. I'm doing a Soul Strike stream at 2 p.m. with Childish. Is Vritra useful in anything? Farberbalu, is that the fire one? I have the fire one. And if you want to watch the oh, dance that guy, you're so nice. OG, while you remind me what you need help with, I'm gonna just look at Echo real quick. Echo, did you need something too? Or is it just general assistance? Oh, actually, Echo hasn't said that they need help. I don't think. Zenitsu, Demon Slayer fan, by chance? Cleared both TOAs. Haven't really done World Arena yet. You can do Giants. You can do Dragons. Let me see if I can help you pick out something for RTA. Wait, Vritra? Oh, Vritra is the dark. Vritra is the dark Asura. That's right. Yeah, he's good for Siege. Oh, Kronuk. You're starting an alt account in accordance with the following events? Wait, tell me. Oh, wait, what's up with Hayden? Let me see. My message going through? Oh, dude, I might have missed it. My bad. Let me see what you need. Let me go back. Where? Need help with arena defense and improvement. Anything will help. Also check Tumons, Wusa, and Triton. Thank you, Hayden. Sorry about that. Dude, the way that I was like looking at them, I just happened to miss your message both times. I was like bouncing back to game, bouncing to chat. I just happened to miss it both times. That's my bad. Okay, so you said you want arena. So this isn't your account. I wanted to see if I could maybe help them get into RTA. Really like Abellio for RTA, by the way. Vanessa's a super stellar pick. So right now, I think your first couple picks are probably going to be like Vanessa, Abellio. You could pick Velajul with that. You have Cigar in here? That'd be crazy if you had Cigar. Okay, no, you do not have Cigar. Oh, you've got a Jongnam. Hello? Yeah, there's some cool stuff in here for you to play with when you eventually go into RTA. Like, you could do something that's like, you could do Vanessa, Chandra, Velajul, something like that. And then pick a Bellio if you need the protection, and then you just run something else. Like, there's not really any strip to utilize Jongnam. I feel like maybe if you wanted to, you could do like Jongnam and Gapsu, like then just tank them out, dude. This is crazy. Zenitsu, like you got some interesting comps in there. Let me go to OG. So OG needs help with arena. Let's look at your arena defense first. So you're going for like you've got the speed lead from Samath. You're going to try to take turn 1 with Triton, but then Juno kind of betrays, I think, what you're trying to do here. Wycuz is here. What's going on, Pat? I'm not doing too hot today, but I'm on the upswing. I'm like getting better, but I'm sick right now. but I'm on my way back up. So let's see what we got. If we could maybe change this out. I think if you want to stick with the outspeed, you could. I know, man. That's what I'm saying. I got to get better fast. I got sick on Saturday, and I was like, if I'm going to get sick, this is technically the best time to do it because I've got 7 days to get better. I've got more than 7 days on Saturday, right? Because I don't leave until... I've got 7 and change to get ready. Wait, I'm getting messages on the side. Okay, I'm getting messages. Hold on. Let me reply real quick. Okay, guys. So going back to talk about... Sorry about that. If you want to do the anti-cleave... So, this might not be... I mean, I guess you're not trying to outspeed them as much as I thought. I think you bruise, dude. I think you bruise instead. Look at all these monsters. I think you go for something bruiser instead. We'll remember that you have aerial. Well, remember you have a Abellio. I actually really like Abellio in arena defense. I use him and Recon. I use Abellio, 2A Recon. 2A Recon, hello? I use Abellio, Recon, 2A Darien, and then one more thing. Oh, you've got Carnal. Bro, Carnal lead. That, as soon as we see Carnal, you know what I'm going to recommend. I'm recommending that you use this leader skill. This guy right now, this is kind of, he's runed a little bit strange. I would maybe reevaluate how you've got him runed up right now because Carnal really wants to have a lot of HP, and you probably don't want him to be that slow, more than likely, unless you're like pairing him with like a Leo or something or expecting people to bring Leo, but I wouldn't bank on that. So this is EU right now is Mizzle. I'm going to recommend you use Carnal's leader skill, pair it with a Abellio, then you can do either Leica or Recon. I wouldn't use both. I would use one or the other, and then like 2A Darien. If you don't have a 2A Darien, you could probably try to run. Oh, you could actually run a Tyrannus these days or a Byung-Chul. Super tanky Byung-Chul. Byung-Chul does something functionally different than what I was looking for before, right? Like I was looking for a Triana to prevent death, Tyrannus to revive, or a 2A Darien to reduce the damage you're taking. You could also just go like full tank and go Byung-Chul and just be like, there's no way they're going to kill me. Like, that's the sort of thing that you could do instead. Guys, let me just jump back over to global for like a couple more minutes. I'll have to make a call after. Oh, didn't check my monsters. Dude, so you mentioned like Triton and Wusa, right? The Triton and the Wusa. I think for Triton, I don't personally like Triton on like arena. Chat, I'd love to hear what people have to say about this too. I don't like Triton on arena defense purely because he tends to derp. Like oftentimes he will just opt to not use his skill 3, and I imagine that would be very irritating. Triton is plus 202, Woos is plus 182. I think for what we're recommending in like arena defense specifically, I don't necessarily know if you want to use either of them. You could do some testing and see. Like if you'd rather do like a counter cleave sort of thing, you could do like P-Sama, Triton, you could run like Clara or something like that, and then even like a Belinus or something. I don't always love Triton though, just because he has a tendency to derp. It's like oftentimes I'll just queue into a Triton, take the RNG, and like he won't use skill 3, something like that. First time, Asima. Oh, what's up, Iron Shika? How's it going? Asima says, "Hey, Evan, first time here. Can I get an overall review on how I can use Asima in Giants?" Oh my god, dude, what an interesting thing to try to pull for Giants. That's actually kind of crazy. I don't know if you do. That's crazy. That's crazy cool. Also, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you made it. I'm sorry I'm sick on the day you made it to the stream. I'm normally more a higher energy. So typically, I don't know if Asima sees a lot of play in Giants, especially because she's a multi-hitter. But I definitely see why you would want to like utilize her everywhere, because this monster is like really cool. It's a great monster to pull early too. Like, you could use her in a lot of different situations, I bet. But I don't know about chat. What do you think? What do you think we could do to make this work? So I'm more inclined to tell you to build something that's a little bit more traditional for Giants, right? Something that's like oh, you've got Teshar too. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think you could actually make something really cool with just this. You have a Teshar. You could do the Prilea. You might already be using it. You could do the you want this to go like right after Prilea though. So this might be a little too slow to utilize, but you want to use Teshar, Prilea, the Wind Homunculus, Lyn, right? Like these are all monsters you can utilize. This is like, I'm using this comp actually. Yeah, this is something that I've been utilizing. And Kona to boost up Teshar. You might be working on this team. Oh, it looks like you are working on it. Oh my god, and you have some of my most wanted Nat 5s just waiting back here. What the heck is this account? This is crazy. This is really cool. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about... I just use Teshar, Luna, Prilea, Kona, Deborah for GB12. Yeah, I mean, absolutely congratulations on the Asima. Like, you're going to have a blast with her in RTA. But I don't know if using her for Giants is necessary. Dudano says Asima to clear the waves, to be honest. So basically what you're suggesting is like you run Asima first. So that way she sets up the defense breaks and clears the waves. I suppose you could do that. But like what you could do, let me just show. You might already be doing it is the thing. But like if you wanted to use, right? Like so I'm doing this, right? Just pretend this Shaman is Lyn and it's functionally the same comp, right? So you Prilea, and then the way that the team works, it's set up so that way you can have Teshar be the one to clear the waves. I suppose you could use Asuma to clear the waves, right? But it's not something I had really considered just because it's not like an option a lot of people have. But I think maybe if you were going to do that, you may want to replace the Teshar. But since you have Teshar, I would say maybe just go for that for now. And then use Asuma like anywhere else. Like Asima is so dope, dude. I don't mean to make it sound like she's not dope. It's just that Teshar is a great pick. For that, and you've already got it too. Was there something I was going to show you guys when we came back to Global? I'm not sure. I can't remember. Killjoy, need help with Necro Abigail team. Works on 10 but fails 11. Please look at my arena defense. Okay, wait. Let's look at arena defense first, I suppose. Honestly, this is not that bad. To be honest, this is not that bad. Like, I actually think that this could work in a lot of situations. I just think that, I mean, it doesn't get Lucianed as easily as other stuff, assuming that Byung-Chul is super tanky. I think the Wusa might be a little bit off there. I don't know if the Lucian is super necessary. Or, I'm sorry. I don't think the Wusa is super necessary there. Oh, look at that. It's your boy Hayden says, change Wusa for Zen, maybe? Could change Wusa for Zen. Maybe. Let me see what this is. 147. I think it's just, I don't love Wusa because I think Tiana is just so prevalent. You know, Wusa's going to go first most of the time. You just let Wusa do the third skill. Tiana uses skill 3, and then it's almost like Wusa didn't actually contribute anything. I would run something else. I would change that to like, if you've got an Abellio, that would be super hot. If you don't have a Abellio, like a 2A Darien would be kind of cool. Could do this for a different lead or something, but I know it's a little different than what you're trying to put there. Oh, look at that. Zen. For the Zen instead. Oh my god, what the heck? Look at all these. Look at all this. But you said that you needed help with the Necro Abyss team, right? So, Abigail. Wow. Oh my gosh, dude. Look at all this. There's an Ongyuki back here, too. Holy heavens. What fun monsters you have, actually. I am not seeing, like, where's 2A Rauk and stuff? I don't know if, are you running the team with 2A Rauk? Maybe not. You could do the 2A Dark Harpu instead. What are you pairing with the Abigail comp right now? Are you running, I don't know if you're using the same monsters I am, actually. Because normally what I would run, right? So I would do Abigail. I would do 2A Rauk. I'd do, like, Ikaru, probably. And then Aster and Shaman. Suppose you could use Liam as well. Maybe. I haven't tried. I don't have Liam. Yeah, he's already got everything. Quasar says, what does this guy need help with? I guess the dungeon team isn't quite there, but I also don't see the units that are out right now. So, like, you know what might be a little bit more helpful? Let me show you this. So let's go to the Necro section, right? So this is what I'm using. And I think that with the speeds on it might give you a decent idea of, like, you know, so like here's the order, right? This is the turn order that it's currently running in. You want Abigail to go first, right? And you want her to be able to contribute damage. So it's like I have her on violent, right? With crit damage, put her on attack, make it so she's actually kind of contributing a little bit too. Stoic. What's going on? Aster is a star in Necro. Stoic. That's the sort of joke that I wish I could have. That's exactly the sort of thing that I wish I could have seen. Truly, like I wish I was locked in enough to see that joke. She is a star in Necro. Let's like let this run for a second. While I say, like, again, like, let's take a peek at this so that way you can see, right? Like, Abigail, 0 accuracy, by the way, 0 accuracy, not even accuracy on artifacts, like, nada, nothing at all. How's my Seren looking in chat? Oh, this is looking pretty good. Not too bad. It's got really high attack, though. I don't know if, what is her attack scaling like? Does she do damage? Did someone ask about Lauren and Necro? Yeah, you don't need Lauren. You don't need to bring Lauren necessarily. You don't need to. I mean, she's not. So the thing is, like, saying Lauren is like awful in Necro is kind of like saying that like Verd is awful. It's just they're not efficient. They don't work optimally there because they're like turned off. Most of their stuff is turned off, right? Like Verd won't boost attack bar because it doesn't work in this dungeon, or rather against the boss, specifically against the boss. And that's why he's like inefficient. Dude, if only somebody could land a defense break. But like sometimes the multi-hit is enough to be decent. Right? Dude, could somebody land a defense break, please? So could somebody please land a defense break? Anyway, guys, while this plays out, I'm so sorry, y'all, but I'm gonna have to bounce for now. I gotta take a call before lunch, and then after that, I'm gonna be prepping for the Soul Strike stream at 2 p.m. with Childish Plays. So if you guys are interested in that, please come by. I'd love to see you guys there. It'd be awesome to continue talking over a new game too. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. If you're on Twitch, please stay in chat. We're going to raid somebody, and I just wanted to say I really appreciate you guys for hanging out. Sorry I'm sick. I'll be back and better than ever next time, hopefully by Friday. Again, the stream on Friday for Summoners War is at a different time. It's at 3 p.m. Pacific instead of 11 a.m. Pacific, and Topa V and I are going to be on stream together. All right, y'all. See you later. Bye-bye.
Honestly, if you were to click on any video on this channel, you would have a pretty solid non-zero chance of me talking about either, if not both, of these monsters in that video. Lorne and Fran can both be used in pretty much every dungeon. The only place where it gets a little bit dicey is the Giant's Abyss, where that counterattack starts ticking up a lot faster with units that hit 3 times. You can use them in TOA. Lauren is great single target control, and Fran is just a solid healer and source of immunity for new players. She also gives attack buff, which is so relevant. Lauren can also be used in raids as a source of slow and defense break. The next one that I wanted to talk about is Spectra, specifically Second Awakened Spectra, who's the